And now the Panthers have to figure out what to do with this contract that has $10 million fully guaranteed with another $7 million in salary on top of it. It occurred to me yesterday. I see 3 destinations, Chris, and I want to run these by you.
Yeah.
Number one, and 2 are via trade. 1 is via we just have to cut the cord on this guy and eat the $10 million. Right. But trade him to the Broncos, reuniting with former Vikings assistant GM George Payton, and he could be an upgrade over Drew Lock. You like that one?
Yeah, or he competes with him, right? If Drew Lock falls apart early in the year and is too gunslinger, now you got the guy, Teddy Bridgewater, who's the opposite of that. They'll go, oh, hey, we're going to play through the defense, and I'll manage the game. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm with you there.
Now, to get that deal done, I think what Teddy would have to do is take less than 17, and maybe the Panthers would have to pay part of the 10. But you know what? You get a chance to walk in the door and compete to be a starter, and no one else is paying you 17 this year. You're getting your 10 from the Panthers one way or the other. No one's paying you 17. How much more over 10 are you willing to take less than 17 to land in a spot sooner rather than later? This is the Trent Brown dynamic where the Panthers can say, hey, we don't have to cut you anytime soon. You either do this deal, make this happen, or we're eventually going to dump you and you're going to be capped at $10 million. The other team, and remember, this team came up at some point during March as potentially interested in Teddy Bridgewater, and that's the 49ers. And there's still a way to do this where you dump Garoppolo and his $25 million, you get Teddy Bridgewater and you pay him $12 million. And it's easier for Bridgewater, I submit, Chris, to be the short-term, he starts until the rookie's ready, than run the risk that Garoppolo is going to be healthy and effective and you got a problem in the locker room. You're not going to have a problem in the locker room if Garoppolo's gone. Bridgewater comes in knowing the assignment, knowing what his role is. It's easier to pull that off if you're Kyle Shanahan, and it's 50 cents on the dollar in comparison to the $25 million Garoppolo is supposed to make if you can get Teddy to take 12.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That does. I mean, it makes sense from the 49er standpoint. I think you're, spot on there. The Denver thing, certainly. Again, where I'll go back with, the 49er thing is, that makes a lot more sense as far as having Jimmy there, right? Just because he's already got a flag planted in the ground. He's established. They've gone to the Super Bowl with him. That's going to cause a little bit more of a ruckus in the locker room than Teddy Bridgewater coming and you going, okay, yeah, he's good, but we don't know this guy. And, yeah, we have a rookie quarterback who's the number 3 pick in the draft. And, okay, that's right. We like Teddy, but, he'll play when he has to or whatever.
Are you agreeing or disagreeing with my thought that it would be less of a problem in the locker room?
I agree.
If Garoppolo's gone.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying, yes, it's too much of an issue with Garoppolo because he's already planted a flag in the organization. So I agree with you. And then, hey, the other team, too, just because I know we both got this on our radar still is we'll see what happens with Seattle. I just know there's a lot of people in the NFL and league circles that do not think that story's done yet. And if they decide to trade him, maybe that becomes a place where Carolina has some conversations with Seattle and they get something done and Teddy goes up there. And, hey, he would fit that style of football. As far as Pete Carroll, want to run the ball, play through the defense, manage the game, do those type of stuffs. I mean, that certainly would fit Seattle's style.
The 4 teams that Russell Wilson's agent identified 4 or 5 weeks ago seemingly are out of it at this point, although I guess the Raiders could still get back into it. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of teams out there right now. Now, with Russell Wilson, maybe you tear up the plans that you have and you say, unless you've got a clear franchise guy, you say, okay, yeah, we thought it was going to be Andy Dalton, but now the Seahawks all of a sudden are willing to take our 3 first-round picks when they weren't before, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, right.
I just feel like there's no, other than the Dolphins, who seemingly are sending the message that they're fine with Tua Tagovailoa by trading out of the 3 spot.
Right.
You can't rule out the possibility that they're going to take all these extra picks they have now and maybe still try to make a move for Russell Wilson if that would somehow play out. But clearly the Jets aren't in play at this point. That was a team that I was intrigued by as a potential Russell Wilson destination because it was a couple of years ago he was talking about the Giants, so there was noise about the Giants.
Right.
But the music is slowing down. The seats are filling up. And the one other team that I had in mind with Teddy Bridgewater, you mentioned the Buccaneers. Bruce Arians said last year it was Tom Brady, Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston. That was the priority.
Right.
And if you cut Teddy Bridgewater, He can just go to Tampa Bay and take the minimum, $1.075 million. The Panthers are paying the difference, and he can be the backup to Tom Brady, hang around there for a while, see if maybe he can become the guy after Brady's gone.
Yeah.
I think that is the ultimate opportunity in the event that there isn't a starting path somewhere.
Right.
Go back up Tom Brady and make the Panthers pay the difference between what the Bucs pay and what Teddy's going to get by way of the $10 million.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of options here. There definitely is. I think Teddy, the starter, that's probably by the wayside unless it becomes in Denver where he goes to Denver, gets traded there, gets to compete with Drew Lock and do all of that. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. But I would expect something to go down there, before the draft or at least right after the draft or during the draft. I don't expect him to be on the roster, once the draft is over. And then when you're the Seattle thing and Russell Wilson, Mike, yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't know, like where does that end up? Right now there really is nothing other than Miami. The only other team I look at a little just to go was wait, they're still looking for their quarterback of the future is Washington. But I don't know if they're going to be in the class for a Russell Wilson. The way Washington's sitting there right now, they're probably sitting there, one of these 5 quarterbacks might fall to us at number 19 or 20. I can't remember which one they are exactly, and maybe they'll get
19.
them there. Yeah, so we'll see.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.